keep going, goddamn it. What it do? Wow.
Charlo has just vanquished Erickson Lubin.
A truth, Aerospace Jr.
There's a big left hand.
Gervonta Davis.
Shout out to the almighty LDBC, the Lions Den boxing community. If you didn't know, now you know. All right. We are back in it with another early morning show. Yes, sir, the morning after show, I'm sorry. All right. How everybody doing this morning? Come on in and you know what to do. Smash that like button. Make sure you do that. All right. Smash that like button. And I appreciate everybody that's coming in today. What's going on? Knockout Boxing TV. What's happening with you, man?
Oh man, I'm chilling. Another great weekend of boxing, man. We got a good card next week, so I'm just chilling, man, enjoying the boxing that we getting here in August. Still waiting on PBC to drop their damn fall schedule, so we can hopefully see some more big fights and end the year the way that we started the year. But man, I'm doing good. Ready for a great show, man. How you doing? You doing all right?
Yes, sir. Most definitely, man. Yes, sir, man. I'm in good spirits, man, and I had a good weekend of boxing, man. I mean, we had the girls last night. They were throwing down. I mean, yeah, everything was good, brother. Yeah, everything was good, man. And yes, a lot of disappointments also. I will tell you that. A lot of disappointments.
Yes, sir.
Yep, but it's all good. It's all good. All right. Yeah.
As y'all come in the building, man, we got 20 people in here. Y'all be sure to hit the like button for us. Let's get YouTube to share this content because we know that it's damn good content, man. Ain't nobody else talking boxing on a Sunday morning like this but me and KQKC Boxing Networks, man. Let's see who we got in the building, brother. Let me see who we got in the building. Then we'll I want to run a story by KQ because it's some, it's some good stories to talk about, and then we'll talk about the fights as we always do. But shout out to Jose Diaz in the building, Ray Patterson, Young World is up in here, Thrill Hill, my young brother X, Exclusive News Insider. Y'all go check his channel out, subscribe to his channel. And if you need anything, if you need anything to do with a border, a logo, a background, whatever, holler at me and we can holler at X for you because he go hard with that stuff. Jay Grant Jr. in the building, Sir Ken, Terry Wood, NBA D Nice, and my brother Jose Diaz so far, man. As you come in the building, drop a comment. We will try to catch it. OG, before we get to the fights, man, Bob Arum has changed his tune, man. I don't know what's up with Bob Arum. Maybe he's senile, maybe he just old. I don't know, man. He just be changing his mind. So you remember when people were asking him about, Beterbiev and Bivol, we want to see Beterbiev and Bivol. He was like, there ain't no money in that fight. Don't nobody want to see that fight. And so that's why they went after the mandatory and Anthony Yard. They were going to sending Beterbiev over there to fight Anthony Yard. I think they said in October or something, but he was really just shitting on the prospects of an undisputed fight at 175 pounds, right?
That's right.
Well, now he says this. He did an interview, and he went over there. I want to credit him. You know what I'm saying? He went over there to Barbershop Conversations and did an interview. And this is what he said. This is what he's saying now. He say, Bivol has an obligation to fight an ex-fighter of ours, Zerto Ramirez, who Golden Boy promotes. So Bivol is not a clinch to win that fight. He says Beterbiev owns 3 titles. If he gets by Anthony Yard and we have a result from Bivol Ramirez, absolutely, we want to give Beterbiev the opportunity to win all 4 titles. Is he lying? Did he change his mind so quickly, OG? What's up with Bob, man? What he got going on? And shout out to Tonio Taylor, Edgar Chavez, and my brother Rick Timms and Big Jag in the building. Y'all smash that like button as you come in. But OG, what's up with Bob, bro? What he doing, man?
And Bob is trying to figure out what will sell and what won't sell. In my opinion, I believe everything that's undisputed will sell. Any fight that's undisputed and going for all the marbles will sell. Bob don't believe in that. Bob believe in what will sell as far as what's popular. Okay, if you got a name but don't know have no belts, he'll rather make that fight than a undisputed fight. That's just how he is. He's never going to change. I don't care how old he get. And yes, he do deserve respect, but then again, sometimes he's full of shit, and that's what he's doing. He's over there with Bob Sharp Conversation, who always kisses ass, and that's why he goes over there. Because like I said earlier, when you interview somebody, you was asking some hard questions. Well, why you change your mind, Bob? What happened now? What's the difference in what you said before and what you said now? Those are the questions you're supposed to ask. But of course, he know when he's comfortable that he's safe. He's at a safe place. But right now, Bob, I don't know what he's doing. Because that's not a great fight. I think Vitervia and Bivol, that's a great fight right there. We are talking about two great fighters. We are talking about two fighters that will lay it all down on the line. And I'm talking about two great hard punchers. So I don't know what's going on with Bob. I really don't. I really don't. And he's know what he's doing. Sometimes when you get a certain age, you try to play that old man syndrome, right? No, you know damn well what you're doing. But you try to play that I forgot. No, you full of shit. And Fred, barbershop conversation, they give him a safe platform where he don't have to answer the hard questions. But let him come to my platform. I'm gonna ask him, hey, what's the difference? I mean, why you changed your mind? So I think that's I think what it is he want to know what is the biggest fight and what will sell. That's what he's trying to do now.
Yeah, I mean, I was very surprised because like he was really just negatively talking about the fight, and now he's changed his mind. And I don't understand somebody that's been in the business that long, man. Like, bro, you just what? Like Josh Taylor's biggest selling fight was when he fought Jose Ramirez for undisputed, bro.
Right.
So you and then Anthony Yard, they might be big over there in the UK, but look at the guys that Vitervia fought before that, like Marcus Brown and the guy that gave him a tough fight and knocked him down. I forget his name off the top of my head, but a fight with Bivol, who just beat Canelo, or a fight with Zerto Ramirez, who's gonna bring a huge Mexican fan base with him. Common sense tells you that those fights are bigger. So I don't understand the apprehension in the first place. He should have been trying to make this fight instead of when Bivol didn't have a fight and Beterbiev didn't have a fight after Bivol had just beat Canelo and Beterbiev had just knocked out who did he just fight, bro? Beterbiev versus who did he just knock out, bro? I'm about to go look it up because I don't even want to.
That last fight, doggone, I forgot what it was because he was strong in that fight too. He looked real good. I can't call it off.
I'm about to find it. It was Joe Smith Jr. There you go. He unified with Joe Smith Jr. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, so after knocking out Joe Smith Jr., he went and got the third belt. You got Bivol, who just beat Canelo. That was the best time to make that fight, man. Missed the golden opportunity. Now we got to watch Beterbiev go out there and slaughter Anthony Yard and Bivol versus Zerto. That's a damn good fight, though. I ain't mad at that fight. It's just, man, he should have been trying to make this fight months ago when neither one of them had anything on the table. So that's kind of what's disheartening to me. But I am glad that he's talking like that now, and hopefully we get to see that fight because 175 deserves an undefeated champion, bro, undisputed champion. I mean, so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully he's serious and he can get that fight made because Bivol fights on the zone. Beterbiev fights on Top Rank, and they've done a lot of business together. So I don't see any reason why they can't do any business right now, man. So I'm hoping for the best with that situation, man, for real.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. So I would like to say this. Another news story I want to say before we get started. Now, BoxingScene.com, okay, they came out with a pound for pound list. And of course, Terence Crawford had a lot to say about it because he wasn't number one on that pound for pound list. And Terence Crawford don't like that, right? Mm-hmm. So Boxing Scene said that, okay, look, we got Inoue, okay, he's at number one. We got Alexander Usyk at number 2, which I really don't count because he's a heavyweight now. Then we got number 3, Earl Spence.
Mm-hmm.
Then Terence Crawford is number 4.
Yep.
And of course, Canelo Alvarez is number 5. Okay, now that's their pound for pound list. Well, Terence Crawford had a big problem with that. He said, listen, when it's all said and done, it's no ifs, and or buts about it. I am pound for pound. I am the best in the business. I am the best in boxing right now today. I mean, he was heated up about that. He do not want Earl in front of him. Hell, he don't want nobody in front of him. So I mean, he has a big problem with that, and we're gonna get into that. He was there last night in Texas. Earl was back in Indianapolis. What was that? Not Indianapolis. I forget where he was at, but he was last night. So
I got what Crawford actually said, because I was gonna talk about that too. I got his actual quotes. What he said. He says, I actually know I'm number one. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I've been number one for years in my eyes. When you ask any diehard boxing fan, they'll say Terence Crawford is number one. Anyway, has looked good in his fights. Canelo looked good in his fights, except this last one. We all look good in our fights. But for them not to give me my just due, it puts a little fire on the flame for this next fight. I need to prove and show the world that I'm really number one when I say I'm number one. I wouldn't say it's a big ego. I would say it's confidence. Everything that I have done thus far has shown that. Stopping everybody in the welterweight division, never having a close fight, dominating every opponent that I ever faced. I think that's showing that I'm number one. I'm moving up weight divisions and conquering them one after another. I feel like that goes hand in hand with being number one pound for pound fighter in the world. Not just fighting in 1 or 2 weight classes and getting a win. It's dominating from one division to another division to another division. So he popping this shit, man. That's what he said about it, bro. So yeah, what you got on that, man? What you think about Bud? He don't like that list, man. It got him feeling some type of way, man.
Well, it is true, and I don't blame him. He's trying to sell himself. All right, and what's going on CMB 100? What's going on Steve Austin? All right, so he's trying to sell himself, and he's speaking on and I like to see that. Actually, I do. I like to see Terence Crawford getting out there and talking. I like to see him going out there making appearances, and that's a good thing for him on his behalf. But you have to understand, it is a lot of good fighters out there. Now, like I say, I would exclude Usyk because he's in the heavyweight division, and I really wouldn't, pretty much put him in that category. But yeah, we got some great top welterweights. Yes, Inoue is great, but he is a small guy. But he's great as a small guy, but still, all the guys are great, but it's only can be one per division. And this is what I have a problem with. I told people last night, how many worlds is it? How many champions you got to have? So I think it's going to be one champion per division. That, you don't need a regular champion. You don't need a super champion. You need one champion. And that's what it should have been with the WA, but they've been messing around. All right. So, but Terence, he's supposed to talk that shit, and sometimes you can talk yourself into a fight, and hopefully we'll get that fight. But I don't want to drag a conversation into that. But so he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing and speaking up for himself. And he did give everybody credit. Yes. Canelo Alvarez, he, like I told everyone yesterday again, he dropped in the rankings. And I would love to see how he look against Triple G. Now, of course, did Bibble take anything out of Canelo? Well, we'll see. Now, of course, also, you got Earl Spence. Earl Spence been doing the right thing at the right time and been looking good doing it. So, I mean, this is going to be a tough end of the year, and hopefully we'll get that fight. All right. What's going on, Dr. Marks? What's going on, Mr. Flawless? Right.
Dr. Mark, Jay Wash, Jay Grant Jr., Steve Austin, CMB 100, man. What's up, dog? Y'all? Look, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Like, fighters supposed to be confident in shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get mad when Jamal Charlo was calling Canelo no one pound for pound in the world. I'm like, bro, don't you want to fight him? So you saying he better than you and shit? Like I'm confused by that shit. So Crawford's supposed to think like that, man. He's supposed to say he the best in the world. He's supposed to have that type of confidence. Like, if you don't have that type of confidence, what the hell are you competing for?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What the hell are you in the sport for if you don't believe that you the best? And everything he said is true. You know what I'm saying? He has knocked out everybody at welterweight. He has
Mm-hmm.
went through multiple divisions and been dominant. So you
Mm-hmm.
can't get mad at that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really take nothing from that but a confident fighter, and I'm with that, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm all the way with that. Like, disagree with it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you supposed to believe you the best content creator, you the best boxer, or basketball, football, whatever it is you competing in, your day job. You
Mm-hmm.
supposed to strive to be the best and really believe you the best. If not, if you ain't trying to be the very best that you can be or the best at what you do, what the hell are you doing it for? So I ain't got no problem with it. I know some Earl Spence fanatics, they'll take anything that Crawford says and then they'll try to find a negative in it to try to big up Earl. And then you got, Terrence Crawford fans that do the same thing to Earl. But
Right.
nah, bro, like I don't move like that, and I'm glad neither do you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just because I might like a fighter more than you or something like that, bro, I'm not gonna shit on you for doing what you're supposed to do.
That's
Your
right.
ass is supposed to be confident, bro.
That's
Cause
right.
that way, if my guy beat your ass, ain't no excuses. Like, he beat a fighter that believed in himself and really thought he was the best. So if my guy beat your ass, then that just makes the win more better. So I'm all
Mm-hmm.
for it. Keep your
Mm-hmm.
confidence. Continue to call yourself number one. Say
That's
you're gonna
right.
whoop people ass and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing is, I just hope the fight is done.
Yeah.
I just hope the fight is done, and if your ass ain't signed a contract or whatever the holdup is, I hope y'all figure that shit out because
Yes,
we
sir.
need to see that goddamn fight, and that's all I
Man,
got, bro. It's
man,
really that
man.
simple for me, man.
You know what, man? Look, y'all hit the like button. We got 82 in here, and we only got 53 likes.
That's
Man, come on,
29 haters, man. Don't be
man, come
hating.
on. Show the man, show us some love, man. Man, show
Smash
both
on
of
the
us some love,
like, bro.
man.
Don't be
We
just watching.
yeah,
Hit the like button, man.
yeah. I mean, we've been grinding both of us, man. I mean, all week. And knockout, he especially been grinding, doing his thing, baby. All right. He really been doing his thing. You know, that go both our cash apps right there. You know, show your love. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
All
All right,
right.
man. Let's get to a couple of fights, man. Let's talk about the young kid that a lot of people were talking about. They were coming into my comment section. You gonna
Uh,
do one of his fights? You gonna do one of his fights? I'm like, bro, he ain't even on TV yet. If I do a fight, people gotta be able to watch it. So we finally
right.
got Floyd Schofield, who just signed the Golden Boy. Finally got him on TV where we could see him fight. He was going against Rodrigo Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
What you got on Floyd Schofield, man? How'd you like the performance? What do you think of the young man's talent? Just break down that fight for us and tell us what you saw, man.
Um, I was talking with Ronnie Shields last week, a couple weeks ago, and when I was trying to get him to come on the show, he was telling me about busy and this and that, and taking somebody to the doctor and everything. And he told me about this young guy. He didn't say his name, but he said, "KQ, I think I got a winner." I said, "What you mean a winner?" I think this young brother's gonna be a champion, and his father is there with him. Pretty much like Haney and Bill. And I said, "Okay, well that's good." I said, "Can't wait to see him." He said, "Oh, you're gonna be seeing him real soon." And he didn't say his name or anything like that. And that's who he was talking about. That's who he was talking about last night. I texted him this morning, telling him congratulations. And you right what you were saying 2 weeks ago. This young man got all the fundamental skills. He's young, he's fresh, he's fast, but he needs to take his time. Um,
Mm.
Everything he was doing, he rushed it. He rushed the jab. He rushed the uppercut. He rushed the shovel jab. Yes, his opponent did get hurt, and then he rushed trying to get him out of there, and almost got clipped. So things like that he will learn as he go on as a pro. Now, yes, he only had 10 fights. I believe it was 10 fights. I'm not mistaken. 10 fights. And those fights probably wasn't at a level right now where he can learn from. But if they move him right and if he stay focused and lead outside sources and people around him that's on a negative side away from him, I think I think he's gonna be a champion. I think Ronnie's right. I mean, Ronnie had the Charlos, both of them at one time. You know, he got Morrell. He had Effie Ajaba. You know, I mean, so he got the coaching. He got his father there, and he got everybody around him that's on a positive note. And it's a lot of things going to be happening with this young man. Now, I would like to see him take his time, go out there, and let's see his boxing IQ. Let's see his straight punch. Let's see his straight right. Okay. Let's see how hard he hits. Okay. We know he fast because that youth automatically makes you fast. We know he's very athletic. We see that. And yes, he's very dominant and he knows how to go after his opponent. So I would love to see more of him. I'm very, very pleased for what I saw last night. If he would have took his time, but he was rushing, but it still came out on top. But still, next time he will have to take his time and pretty much break his opponent down, and that will come with experience. That will come with more fights under your belt. You know, I have seen that a lot. You know, I have seen that a lot. How people rush their punches and rush going up and down. You know, so it's all good. You know, but I'm very impressed. Very impressed.
Already. You got a super chat, OG.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gumbo, what's happening, man? I appreciate you coming in here. He said, I'm not pressing the like button, rocking KQKC. If vanilla ice knockout Bud haters. That's my guy there. That's my guy, man, Mr. Gumbo, man.
I just complimented Bud, bro. I don't hate Bud. I like Bud a lot. I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan of Bud Crawford.
Yeah,
he just gonna get his ass whooped when he fight Earl. That's all.
Yeah, Bud a good fighter now. Don't get me wrong. You know, he's a good fighter. Man. You know, just man, he's something else. He's something else, man.
Yeah, he is, bro.
Mr. Gumbo, Louisiana fighter. Yes, sir. He's a good brother, man, though. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he is, bro. Shout out Mr. Gumbo, man. So Floyd Schofield, man, when I was doing my study, I picked him to win the fight by knockout. He won the fight by knockout. But when I was studying, bro, I saw him lunging in a lot. I saw him off balance a lot and just jumping in. But then in this fight, man, you can tell he had been getting some good work because all of that stuff went away. He was stepping in when he wanted to get aggressive. The jab looked good. He looked fast. He looked crisp. I still got the same questions about all that muscle that he got, man. Like I worry that at some point, you know, he could have gas tank issues if he doesn't. I think he carrying too much muscle on him, man, to be honest with you. Because he's a big kid, bro. Big, strong, muscular kid. So I want to see how it goes when he starts fighting, you know, 10-round fights, 12-round fights. How do you look in the back half of the fight? Because sometimes guys that carry that much muscle, their gas tanks don't be the best, and you can get them to kind of punch themselves out. Now, he got the same issue, and you alluded to it. Jab is nice. Hooks were nice. He's very powerful. But he got the same issue that Ammo Williams had. I don't know if y'all remember in the chat, Ammo Williams, but Schofield, when he gets you hurt, he just jump in and throw 100,000 punches and shit.
Yeah.
Instead of being patient and doing the same shit that got you hurt. Like if you hurt him because you were patient, you caught him with a left hook in the middle of an exchange, or you caught him with a right hand because you timed him right. If that's what got him hurt, you keep doing the same shit that hurt him, bro. You don't get him hurt, and then now that you got him hurt, you jump on him and you throw 1,000 punches, because as the competition gets tougher, because you got to understand, he was fighting a fighter with 14 losses. They lost 8 fights in a row. So when the competition gets tougher and guys can take your shots better, or guys recover quicker, or they have, you know, more mental toughness, or they got more heart, you mess around and hurt one of them and then get to punching 100,000 times and they know how to survive in the ring. Well, now the whole fight done changed because your ass is tired as shit and they just getting started and they feel like they done took your best shot. So he needs to work on being a better finisher, becoming more patient, so that he can get guys out of there, because he could have got him out of there earlier in the fight if he was more patient and didn't try to rush everything. But he's 19 years old. Future is bright. I also say, I don't know when he got with Ronnie Shields, but I'm guessing it was probably very recently, because a lot of things that he had that were wrong with his game before you can tell Ronnie done fixed him. His feet done got better. They're
Yeah.
under him. He's not jumping in as much as he used to. So yeah, man, I really like the upside, man. And let me tell you, down there at 135, 140, you got guys like him. You got Keyshawn Davis. You got Frank Martin. You got Jose
Wow.
Valenzuela. You got Abdullah Mason. Like the future is bright down there in those divisions, and all those guys is gonna end up seeing each other. So I'm excited. Can't wait to see him fight again. Hopefully, the only issue I have, Golden Boy ain't got no stable 135, 140-pound fighters, man. Like I understand he had to sign to a big promotion company. Maybe he didn't have an offer from Top Rank. Maybe he didn't have an offer from the PBC. I just worry, can Golden Boy keep him active, because they ain't got nobody over there. You think of they 135, 140-pound fighters, only one that comes to mind right now is William Zepeda and Ryan Garcia. And I don't know if they're gonna allow Floyd, even when Floyd Schofield get good enough. I don't know if Oscar gonna put those guys on them. So we'll see what happens with them. But I'm excited
Mhm.
for the young man, and we'll see what happens with his future. But overall, a good performance in his first
Mhm.
debut on a big promotion. So great job by him, man. But let's keep
Yeah.
it moving. Let's keep it
Okay.
moving.
Let me just add one more thing. You did mention something that I was talking about while we was waiting on the zone to get the main car started. We uh, we're looking at this. The Floyd Mayweather era is gone. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
now this new era is coming in. But we still got a little lingering on of that era, like Keith Thurman. He's coming out of like both eras, so he's right like there in the middle. But these young guys like Keyshawn, Schofield, all these young guys, Frank Martin, these guys believe in belts. These guys want the smoke. They don't want it tomorrow. They don't want it next year. They want it now. And that's one thing that makes the difference of this last era. Ain't nobody trying to protect no old now. Nobody care about that old. Oh well, if I lose, I lose. Let's see who the next one up. That's how they looking at it now. And that makes more fights. That makes more fights get made. All right. So that's what I'm looking at, because look at Shakir. He will be fighting Everetti. Okay. That what
Mm-hmm.
Bob is trying to negotiate now. So I mean, Lomachenko's coming back. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. And I would like to see the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder will be making his announcement next week or who he will be fighting. So, I mean, I think Boston is at a good place, and now we don't have that. And I'm not shitting on Floyd. I'm not, but he kind of messed up the sport of boxing, because we had a lot of fights that couldn't get made because they didn't want to take the chance of putting a one on their record. They don't want a loss on their record. But these guys right now, these young guys coming up, man, they don't care. They want a belt. They want the best, and they want to fight the best. So I'm excited. I'm really excited, and they want to really be. But no, shout out to Florida and the guys that came before them. Pioneers, I say. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see that the young guys like Keyshawn Davis and all that. I do love Mason. I was very high on him. I even did a lot of research on him and his brothers. So all right, that's all I had with that, man.
Yeah, man, that era, man. Look, man, that era is over, and hopefully we can get all these fights. These young men seem like they want the smoke. We'll see, cause everybody want the smoke when they prospects. OG, I'm like that's the
Yeah.
one thing, everybody wants smoke when they prospects and when they
Mhm.
contenders and they working their way up. But belts and fame be changing some of them. Then all of a sudden it's like, well, he don't bring nothing to the table. He got to prove he deserve a shot at me. So I hope their attitudes just stay the
Yeah.
same that they are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that
Yeah.
they stay hungry. But let's
Yeah.
get to the next fight, man. Let's talk about Beck the Bully, Beck Tamir versus that dude Janjan, and the knockout that he got. He knocked that dude down like 3-4 times, man. What you got on that fight, man?
Man, that fight, uh, this Beck Bully, he can be beat. But I forgot his name again. I had a
Just call him
nickname
Jan. Just
for him.
call him Jan Jan. Shit, call his
Yeah,
ass Jan Jan.
I
Oh,
know.
crazy ass name.
I know them names. Them names were, man. I just had to pick out a name. Right now, Janjan. He at first I thought he came out there and just fighting just to get through it and pretty much just call it a day after one round or two. But then he started trying to fight back a little bit, and now they were pretty much pushing his punches. He was pushing his punches, and pretty much they would get off from me punches. But then he's trying to hit Bully with something, but Bully just walked right through it. He's a big guy that walks flat footed, and like I say, your power comes from your feet on up. And he has great body work. He throws to the body. He no head hunting, everything body. And he did hit him with a couple body shots. He went down. He went down real hard. Now he's very heavy-handed. Now you see some guys, not even big guys. They can be just like Earl Spence. Earl Spence is heavy-handed. And you don't have to be real big to be heavy-handed. But this Bully guy, he's very heavy-handed. And he can be beat. But he needs someone in there like a boxer or somebody can get in and get out before he counter him. Something like that. And you need someone that will punch hard, get in, and get out. But I see Bully on last night. He hit him with a body shot. I knew he went down, and I knew that was the body. Now, of course, when he got up, Bully barely touched him, and he went back down. I mean, do you see that? He barely touched him.
Man. I know exactly what he's talking. That's why I'm laughing.
And the reason why is that because I believe his rib was broke. Maybe one rib or something like that, or he got hit with something that couldn't really make him breathe properly. So he got back up, and and credit to him, he wanted to go right back in there. He wanted to go back in there and try it again, but he just couldn't take the punches. All right, because when he got knocked down the second time, the referee said, "Man, this dude is over with," so he stopped the fight. Then he got up after they stopped the fight, and he started limping, and that shows you that rib over there it hurt to even walk on that side. So that's why he was lifting his leg up, putting it up, because it was hard to breathe. So Bully, yes, he did what he had to do, but he can be beat, and I have seen this before. I have seen a lot of guys before start off great, but at the same time, they meet their match sooner or later. So that's all I have on that one.
Shit, Beck and Jay Grant Jr. put in the chat. Beck the Bully already met his match before. That's the dude that got his ass knocked out by Gabe Rosado like last year. It was either last year or but yeah, Gabe Rosado had knocked out of the year. He was beating on Gabe Rosado ass. That was the definition of one punch can change a fight. Like Gabe Rosado just just threw a mean ass right hand in the middle of an exchange and caught him just perfectly and basically slept his ass. But he a good fighter, bro. He got good feet. He's light on his feet for such a big guy. And like you said, he heavy-handed as hell, especially that left hand. His left hand is nasty up there at super middleweight and 175 where he's fighting it. And that's his second body shot knockout of the road. And he used to be a head hunter. And now he done started going to the body and shit, bro. He can be a problem. He can be a problem if he continue to work on his defense because he's so light on his feet for a big-ass guy. Them Uzbekistani fighters, man, they got something going over there, man. I really like the way that they fight. But he did what he was supposed to do, that left hand, going down to the body, mixing it up. And he's so heavy-handed that if he makes sure he got good defense, if he continues to work on his fundamentals and kind of use his feet to his advantage, man, he can be a problem. He can be a problem. So, he's bouncing back from his loss to Gabe Rosado. I'd love for them to fight again, to be real with you, so he can right that wrong. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But go ahead. What you about to say?
No, I was just gonna say I had mentioned this last night about Gabe Rosado. Gabe Rosado, he's a good fighter, but he just wasn't good enough. He always came up short at the end of the stick.
Yeah, he was tough. He real tough. He can compete at the highest level, but he can't win at the highest level.
Exactly.
He like the man, I'm trying to say, like, he like the Patrick Beverly of boxing, like one of them basketball, one of them football players that, yeah, he can maybe get there, like get to the playoffs, but he don't never win, bro. Like he get right there and then he lose and shit. You know what I mean? Like he on that type of shit, like good enough to compete, but you'll never been able to call him one of the best. You know what I mean? But I love to see Beck the Bully with his improvements. go in there and try to right that wrong that he lost because I think he got knocked out in the third, maybe the fourth round. It was early in the fight, and he was beating on Gabe Rosado ass when he got. It looked like Gabe Rosado was about to get stopped, but Gabe Rosado caught his ass and he couldn't recover from it, bro. But yeah, man, he looked like he can be a little something. Man, let's talk about this Hammer and Hank Lundy fight real quick, and then I want to get to another story I want to ask you about. But Hammer and Hank Lundy versus Alex Martin, man, you remember that fight?
Yes, of course.
Man, what you got on that fight, man? I thought the fight was closer than what they scored it, man. I thought it was some bad judging, but what you got, man?
Man, I thought it was closer than what it was too. Now, first of all, Hank Lundy, he came out to prove something. I'm not old. I'm still here. I'm still around. Yes, I lost to Terrence Crawford, but I gotten better. I got new people around me, and I'm coming out here and I'm finna show y'all something. Well, he did in the first round. Yep. But that's it. Now, Martin standing straight up. He's pretty much standing straight up any boxing dream. But Hank Lundy just couldn't land the big gipper. He just couldn't land that straight left. He's standing in the southpaw stance, and Martin is in the conventional stance. So therefore, he just couldn't land that big punch. Now he tried, but he missed a lot. He overthrew it a lot, and it was a lot of clinching in that fight. I got kind of bored with it because they weren't throwing no punches. Yes, they had great ideas going upstairs, downstairs, and focusing on the body, but they clinch right back up. And then next thing you know, referee steps in, break them up. Then they go back at it again. A lot of feints. Then one throw, bam, they clinch right back up. Then no one really took control of that fight. Now, the reason why Martin got that decision is because, and this is what I tell everybody, you got to understand, the body shot, the body work has been obsolete for years in boxing. Now that body work, those are shots that count. Those are scoring points. And a lot of people got away from the body. But now with Earl Spence and a lot of other fighters, now they're going down to the body and they working the kidneys. They're working the stern. They are working the body. And now they're taking the legs away from these guys. And that's what Hank Lundy, once they went on in the fight, he started breathing hard. The left hand wasn't so freely thrown as it was before. And that's what Martin was doing. Every time he got tied up, he trying to break it loose, but he was shot in the body. Bam, 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 bam. Those are points. And that's how I believe that he pretty much got the decision. But I think it was closer than what it was. But still in all, I will give my hat to Lundy. He did show strength. He did show that he was no old man, that he still was a formidable opponent, but he just couldn't bust a grape. He just couldn't time right. He just couldn't get the timing on Martin right. He was trying to time it with the left hand, but like someone said in the chat, that left hand was telegraphed all night long, and you see it coming. But Martin, I can't say too much about this fight because it wasn't a lot of action in it. It was too much clinching. It was too much clinching for me. And then, of course, they try to hit off the clinch, and of course, they missed that. So, it was a fight that it was kind of hard to judge. So, it was almost a draw in my book, but, it is what it is. Lundy had a good first round. Then after that, man, he just disappeared, So that's all I got on that one, really.
Yeah, man, I thought the fight was much closer. The judging was horrible. They scored, two of them scored at 98-92. One of them scored at 97-91. I thought the fight was much closer because Alex Martin didn't do anything to separate himself. Glove up boxing and more. My OG coach, what up, man? Salute to you. Teacher, what's up with it? Picasso, what's good? Picasso and Emmanuel Pettigrew in here. What's up, y'all? So I was like, all right, like the judging was bad, but I'm not really passionate about the fight. But Alex Martin, man, he's 32, 33 years old. I think a lot of that him winning had to do with the zone feel like they can feed him to more people because he's so much younger than Hank Lundy, and Hank Lundy is on his last leg. And you're right about the fight. If you wanted to watch wrestling, though, then it was entertaining because we saw a DDT, we saw a couple of suplexes, we just saw a bunch of wrestling in that mud. Like Hank Lundy must have fell down like 7 or 8 times, bro. Like his legs are gone. Like Alex Martin was pushing him down and shit. He picked Alex Martin up one time and had him on his shoulders and shit. Then Alex Martin put him in a headlock and bam, threw his head to the ground and shit. I'm like, man, what am I watching, bro? What? Right. Did I turn on the WWE? Did I is this the WCW from back in the day? Am I watching Hulk Hogan? Like I didn't know what the hell was going on, bro. But overall, when they did finally box, after Alex Martin was landing the cleaner shots, he was popping Hank Lundy's head back, but Hank Lundy was in every round, and it seemed like every round was close and competitive. So I just don't understand the scorecards, but I'm with you. Even as a diehard boxing fan, bro, who can find entertainment in even some of the fights that other people will say are boring, I couldn't really find entertainment in this one. This one, I was just looking at it, waiting on that shit to get over with so we could start the next fight because they fought right before Floyd Schofield. And I'm like, man, I'm ready to watch Floyd Schofield fight. Like, y'all need to hurry up and get off my goddamn TV screen, bro. Y'all boring as shit right now. Like, all this wrestling and shit. Like, man, I don't even watch that shit no more. So I ain't, I mean, it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see what's next for Alex Martin. My guess is he'll just continue to be a be a step up fight or maybe a journeyman fight for some up and coming prospects that'll beat his ass. Now we got Devin Haney, man. I want to talk to you about Devin.
Wait, just one second on knockout. Look at we got 128 people in here and only 93 likes. Hit the like button, you all right? It don't cost anything to hit the like button, all right? I get the super chat, get the cash app, I get that. All right, but at least hit the like button. All right, we giving you all the information, all the boxing news, and all the fights. What happened last night? And I mean, listen, we working hard. All right, for you all. That's all you can do. All right, and show some love. All right, show some love for me and Knockout. All right, for the OG and the young G. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. There we go. They getting up there. Y'all keep hitting the like button until we get the likes to match the number of people in here. But Devin Haney and George Kambosos, man. Devin Haney did an interview. Devin Haney, he was talking about George Kambosos, and he basically saying it's gonna get worse for his ass in the rematch. He say he's in denial about his defeat. He got people around him that won't say he got completely outclassed. He was the better man and beat you from pillar to post. I don't care if he acknowledges it. I walked out with the belt in his home country. If we do it again, it's going to be worse. There's no connection that I know of, but as I say, I want to fight whoever. It doesn't matter. I'll fight him in October. I got nothing but respect for Loma, his country, and what he did for his country and his family. If we meet in the ring, we meet in the ring. If we don't, we don't. I want to fight the best fighters. These guys should be calling for me now because I'm the guy with all the hardware. It doesn't really seem that way. I'm still the hunter, which I have no problem with. I've been doing that my whole career now. I've been hunting, and I have no problem continuing to hunt, knowing that I have everything. And then they asked Devin Haney if he'd take a Loma fight in October if they offered it to him. He said, yes, of course. What you got on Devin Haney's comments, man?
Well, it is true. See, George Kambosos, he's in the same boat as Teofimo Lopez. Only thing about it is his father, Kambosos' father, who don't like Bill Haney and they don't like each other. He's saying the same thing that Teofimo Lopez' father saying. Well, you won, man. You won, and it was a closer fight than the score said, and you hurt him that round, you hurt him that round, See, you got to be honest with your son or trainer. Or if you're his trainer, all right? You can't sit there and lie to your fighter. You're going to have to say, look here, man. Look, you got to step it up because right now he's winning this fight. You got to be honest with them because if not, they're going to go out and do the same thing they've been doing and they're still going to keep losing until the end of the fight and they lose. And this is what happens when you have people around you that's not honest. And I'm talking about in the ring and outside the ring. You can see it kills me when guys don't know when somebody is telling them a lie. When guys is telling
Facts.
them, listen, I don't know, man. I don't think I did that well. Follow your own instinct. And you don't need people around you that's not going to tell you the truth. Now, one thing I like about the Puerto Rican trainers and the Puerto Rican fighters, they wake their ass up by slapping the shit out of them, right? That's how they do. They get their attention. That makes them wake up and let them look. You're losing this fight. Work your jab. What you doing? Wake up. And they do things like that to get their attention. Danny Garcia father does that. Tio Trinidad trainer used to do that. They're trying to wake them up. And these fighters, fathers, I get it. You love your son. I get that. But you cannot sit there and tell him he's doing everything right. You cannot. You got to be honest with him or he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. And right now, Devin Haney, yes, he is the guy with all the hardware. Yes, but he doesn't feel like it. They're not treating him like it. All right. Yes. Like I said once before, I had the thumbnail up there. The thumbnail said the boss and the underboss. Which one is it? Is it Tank or is it Devin Haney? Devin Haney has all the belts. He is the boss, right? In theory. But just like John Gotti and the boss of the Gambino family at that time, all right? Paul, whatever his name was. He got killed by John Gotti. He was the boss, but John Gotti was running the mob. Just like the Sopranos. The Sopranos had Tony running the mob, and Uncle Junior was the boss. So, and this is how Devin Haney feels. Like everybody loves Gervonta Davis. Everybody calling him out. He bringing people to the fights. He's selling out the Barclays Center. But look at me. Look at me. Nobody's calling me out. Nobody wants to fight me. And I got all the belts. Where everybody at? So that's how he feels. That's how he feels. That's right, Paul Cancelado. Thanks, Coach. All right. Yeah, so that's how he feels. He feels that way. He feels like, wait a minute, I'm the king. I'm the king of the lightweight division, but they don't want me. They want my underboss. They want Gervonta Davis because he is the one that's bringing in the asses. He's the one that's getting the knockouts. He's exciting. He's flashy. So that's how he feels. And I get it. But you know what? I like the maturity of him. He said, okay, you know what? That don't matter. I'm still going to go out there and call them out. Which he don't have to do because he's the boss, right? But he still got to do that. He still got to call them out. So that's how I look at it, man. He's right, and I understand how you feel.
Yeah, I mean, for me on the George Cambosos tip, like, yeah, man, like if you got any chance of beating Devin Haney, you better start realizing that you got your ass whooped. Yeah, that's the first thing you gotta realize. Accept that you got your ass whooped. Have somebody tell you the truth and try to come out with the same game with another game plan. Because Devin Haney ain't gonna change his style. He not gonna change. He not gonna change. He not gonna change up his style. He not gonna change what he do. So he gonna fight behind that jab. He gonna use his boxing skills. He gonna try to keep the fight at a distance. So you better try to find a different way to close that distance, because whatever he was trying to do to close the distance in the first fight, that shit didn't work at all. He lost every goddamn round of that fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, this whole thing, and I know Coach and Jay Grant Jr., and you too, you might disagree with me. Like, bro, in the analogy I think your analogy was great, but Devin Haney with all them belts, bro, he like the valedictorian of the class, bro. He the valedictorian of high school. He won every science fair that they ever had. He got straight A's every year. He got all these accolades, all these accomplishments, but all the girls looking at this dude over here because he popping. Like, they ain't looking at you. Like, all the girls is looking at this dude over here. Even though you got all these accolades, all the girls want him. It's just something about him that they want, and that's the situation that he finds himself in. Look, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna go too deep because we got a lot of fights to get to. But it's very simple, bro. Like, Devin Haney, his fight is up on BoxRec. Okay, he's fighting George Cambosos. He keep trying to act like, and his fans, don't nobody want no smoke. Don't nobody want to fight Devin Haney. All right, bro. Whatever y'all say. All I know is it makes no sense for them to be calling him out right now, if we all know he fighting Kambosos in October, bro. Like, it's up on BoxRec, bro. Michael Benson done reported it. Devin Haney talking about that's a lie, that's cap. Everybody type in Devin Haney in your Google right now. Click on his BoxRec. You'll see that the fight with Kambosos is scheduled for the exact same day that the dude was reporting that they was fighting, bro. So, come on, man. And then Bob Arum himself said, I want Loma to get the winner. Right. So if Devin Haney is fighting in October and they got Loma coming back in October, don't y'all think, like, what do y'all think is next for Devin Haney? What y'all think Bob Arum going to try to set up? When he tried to get Loma a shot at the belts when Kambosos had him, but Loma stayed in Ukraine. What y'all think about to happen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, bro, like, he's fighting. Yeah. Like, let's see what happens. But I think they already got plans for this young man. So he can talk all he wants to. Bill can talk all he wants to. But at the end of the day, Bob Arum controls what's going on over there right now, bro. So it is what it is, bro. I mean, I hope that we get all these fights. Hopefully he'll fight Loma. Hopefully when he gets done with that shit, we can see him in Tank. Or if they can find a way to move that shit to the forefront, let's see it. I just don't. This everybody ducking me shit, man. I can't get with it, bro. I can't get with it, like, cause don't nobody just run down on fighters when they already got fights. They'll put their name in it, and then when they do, what do we call it? We're like, oh, bro, why you calling him out? You know he got to fight, or you know you got to fight. Like, let's see what happens in down the line. But Devin does deserve big fights. He should get big fights, and hopefully he gets them, man. That's really all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And BoxRec has messed up before, but they're usually very accurate. And it ain't just BoxRec. The shit is on BoxRec. A credible reporter who reported the Canelo pay-per-view numbers, who reported that the WBO was ordering Andrade and Janabek, like, who reported Joseph Parker versus Joe George, like, he reported that shit too. Like, so he's accurate with everybody else, but he's not accurate with this shit. Like, come on, y'all. Like, let's stop it, man. But anyway, that's all I got. OG, let's go to the next fight, man. Let's do this. Who we got, bro? Let's do the Blair Cobbs Maurice Hooker fight. I was highly disappointed in this fight, bro.
Man,
my brother from Oak Cliff, Dallas, Texas, got his ass whooped, and he looked like I don't even know who that man was, bro. Maurice Hooker looked like he just done, man. But what you got on the Maurice Hooker Blair Cobbs fight, man?
Well, behind every good trainer is a good fighter. Well, not in this case. Bomac is not a good trainer, in my opinion. No personal feelings, anything like that. He's just a trainer with a good fighter, and that's Terrence Crawford. I believe, in my opinion, that they didn't study Blair Cobb enough, because Blair Cobb does move around a lot. He does give you a lot of lateral movement, and they should have been prepared for that. Maurice Hooker is not very fast on his feet. Actually, he's not very fast with his hands either. Yeah. Now, of course, he has a lot of advantages, but he did not use them. He has advantage in height, did not use it. He had advantage in reach, did not use it. And that is a problem. Now, of course, he did not let his hands go like he should. That jab was a paw-in jab. He didn't snap that jab. He just pawed out there. And that gave Blair Cobb a time to pretty much get in and get out. Then once Maurice Hooker got set, he's ready to throw. But too late. Blair gone. He's gone. Then he got to go and get reset again. Once Cobb stops, then he throws and he's gone again. So Maurice Hooker was getting pretty much painted up by the speed. Now, Blair Cobb, yes, he's not that very good of a fighter. But last night, he did look great. I'm sorry, I got to admit it. I told you, facts over fucking feelings. Right now, yes, he does talk a lot of smack. But last night, he did look great against Maurice Hooker. Now, I have seen Maurice Hooker fight before. And he is a better fighter than that. But I don't think that they was prepared. I don't think so at all. I gave an example last night. All right, what's going on, Ashley's Corner? What's going on, my sister, my queen?
What's up, Ashley's Corner? Salute.
All right, now, I said last night that, hey, Maurice Hooker Good fighter, but he's in the same position Amir Khan is in. Let's see, Eddie Rinaldo. Everybody that like Freddie Roach, he had a Manny Pacquiao. He only focused on Manny Pacquiao. Eddie Rinaldo only focused on Canelo Alvarez. All right.
Mm.
Yes, Brian McIntyre, aka Bo Mac, aka Big Mac. Yes, he only focused on who? Terrence Crawford. So therefore, actually, Terrence Crawford was in the corner doing the talking while Bo Mac was
Yeah,
smacking.
he took that shit. He took that shit over, didn't he? Man,
Yes,
he
you
took that
know,
shit over.
and that shows me that you putting this man's life in danger. You putting this man's life. You don't play boxing, okay? That's one
Fact.
thing you don't do. You're gonna end up losing your life in that ring. And Terrence Crawford giving him a pep talk. Terrence Crawford telling him what to do. Bomac got the towel around his damn neck. He's chewing and smacking on gum. Where is your trainer at? Where's your trainer doing? I know when you're big, you sweat a lot. Yeah, I get that. But put that on your fighter right now, right?
He
Put
couldn't. He couldn't talk. OG. He couldn't talk because they had to get up on the apron to give instructions. By the time Bomac got over there, the break in between rounds was almost over. So
man,
by the time he could get up on the apron, he couldn't talk. So Terrence had to take over for him, man. Shit,
man,
I don't know.
they want to put a lift over there with you guys like that big or something. I don't know, man. But one thing about it is that Maurice Hooker was cheated out of a good fight last night, and he just did not look himself. He looked like a fighter that just didn't have it, was overwhelmed. And I think
Yeah,
he
man.
gave up. I think he gave up around the third round. And then he tried to pretty much he came out with a little matter of urgency once Terrence talked to him and told him, man, go in there, throw your hands, let your hands go. I was reading his lips kind of. And he said, man, go in there and go after him. And that's what Maurice did. But he did run and try to catch him. But when he ran up to him, he stopped. It did not throw anything, So I don't know what to say. I don't want to, make him look bad, but it is what it is, and Blair Cobb, yes. Now, if you ask me, if I never watched that fight and I come in through the door and they announcing the winner, and I look at Maurice Hooker and I look at Blair Cobb, I think Blair Cobb got his ass whooped because his eyes was baggy, his cut was coming down bleeding, and nothing wrong with Hooker. So Blair, he had a great game plan. He went down to the body. He went right down to the body all night long. Then he came back with a fake left hand, then came back with a big right hand. And he caught a Hooker right there on the temple. He went down. And again, he did it. And he went down. So, I mean, he just wasn't prepared. I don't think Bo Mac heart was in it. I think he was too much busy training Terrence Crawford for the Earl Spence fight when it happened or if it happened. But still, I don't think Maurice Hooker was in great shape, and I don't think he was in had a game plan because he looked lost out there. He looked very lost out there, and I don't know what he was doing. A guy that height is supposed to have a high guard, at least a high guard, but he was getting painted by Cobb all in the face. He made Blair Cobb look like he was like the number one pound for pound king last night. So, but that's all I have on that fight, and that's all I have. You know? All right, Isaiah Jones in that super chat. I appreciate you, baby. He said Ice
Yes,
T
sir.
thing last night. He said Ice T.
He did, bro. He did. He did. I think you got one more too.
Okay. We got my man Skywalker. What's going on in Australia, baby? Yes, sir. I said good morning, brothers. Appreciate the content. Hit the like button. Yes, sir. Y'all hit that like
Yeah,
button.
shout out Skywalker, man. What's up
All
with you,
right.
bro? Man, look, dog, like Maurice Hooker. First of all, he came in 3 pounds overweight. That was a huge red flag. And I just didn't change my pick because I don't think very highly of Blair Cobbs. But he deserves credit this morning, man. He did his thing. His lateral movement was the difference. Maurice Hooker couldn't cut off the ring. Maurice Hooker was just following him around the ring, and Blair Cobb successfully walked his ass in the shots all night long. He was walking Maurice Hooker in the shots the whole goddamn fight.
So you
And
had Hooker, right?
yeah, I had Hooker. I thought Hooker would win the decision.
Okay, see,
I
though
thought
I
he would
was
win a
asking.
decision in that fight. Yeah, I didn't think there was any way Blair Cobbs could outbox him, but Blair Cobbs said knockout on this one. You don't know what the hell you talking about. Cause
Okay.
I'm about to outbox him. I'm about to put his ass down a few times. I just didn't know Hooker was that washed, man. I'm gonna be real, because he looked way better against Virgil Ortiz.
Yes. Yeah.
Virgil Ortiz started putting hands on him, and was about to knock him out, but he fought back better. His jab was better. He was more lively. He was in that fight. In this fight, he was like, he got knocked down and he just
Mhm.
started looking up at the sky and shit. I'm like, bro, what are you looking at, bro? Why are you getting knocked down looking up at the sky? But his feet was slow, his chin was in
Uh,
the air. He
uh,
just he just looked bad, bro, and it's sad, man, because
right.
he's a former champion. Like, you wouldn't even know that he was a former champion because he just looked so bad last night, bro.
Yeah, he
And then you
did.
got Bomac over there. Terrence Crawford is the trainer and shit, taking over for Bomac, bro. That whole camp was a bad look last night for them, man.
Yeah.
It was a bad look last night for them. And Maurice Hooker, man, I don't know, because when you don't have feet, when you move up to 147, and he's showing that he had power at 140, but at 147 he ain't had no power. People just walking through his shots, and you real tall, and your chin is up in the air and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you just gonna keep getting your ass whooped, and they gonna keep, because you're a former champion. The only time you gonna get called is when it's a hot prospect that they want you to fight and put your name on their resume and shit. So they called your ass for Virgil Ortiz. Next call they're gonna be like, yeah, we want you to fight Alexis Rocha. Then he gonna get a call. They're gonna be like, yeah, we want you to fight Conor Ben. Then they're
Oh,
gonna be like, yeah, Boots need to stay busy fight. Like, those are the types of fights he's gonna get now, bro. He might well just stop, bro. Just quit while he ahead. Cause I'm trying to tell you, Ricky, what's up, bro? I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna get worse from him for him from here on out, bro. His feet are horrible and his chin is up in the air. He ain't got no defense. Nah, bro.
mhm.
And he don't stay behind his jab. He got an 80-inch arm reach. Like, he got the length of a goddamn heavyweight, but he don't fight long at all. He try to fight on the inside and shit. Just, bro, it's time
Right.
for him to get that shit up, man. It's time for him to get that shit up. He looked horrible last night. Like, he made Blair Cobbs look like Blair Cobbs is good, and I know he trash. Like,
Exactly.
I know Blair Cobbs ain't that good, bro. And he made Blair Cobbs look like shit. Is he a contender? Can he fight at the top of the division? Like, that's how Mo Hooker had him looking, bro. So, Mo Hooker, man, right here out of my city. Great career, former world champion. We appreciate you, but you better hang that shit up before you get hurt for real, bro.
Yeah. 'Cause he was
Because
pawing
you're
his
gonna get
jab
your ass
out.
hurt.
He wasn't snapping his jab. He was pawing it out there, and
Mm-hmm.
the uppercut was so slow. I don't know what Bo Mac was doing in training camp. I just don't understand it. You know, but I got an idea. Like I say, when you focus on one fighter, and that, like I said, that's why Amir Khan left Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach was send Marvin to the fight, the little Filipino guy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he needed Freddie Roach. And
Whatchamacallit? Blair Cobbs left Freddie Roach. That was his first time with his new trainer. Because remember, Blair Cobbs was trained by Freddie Roach. And he
yeah,
just left him
right,
too.
yeah, yeah,
And he said, and what you talking about right now, he said that's why he left him, for more personal attention. He felt like Freddie Roach wasn't paying attention to him. He was focused on other fighters and shit.
yeah, yeah. See, and fighters can't do that. Now, I'm not. Now, please, people in the chat, okay, we got 141 in here, 42. Listen, I'm not being a fanboy or anything like that. Everybody know I rock with the Charlos, but when you have multiple champions, when you have a different kind of fighters that champions like Jamal Charlo, he's an undisputed champion. Earl Spence, he is a unified champion with 3 belts. You got Frank Martin about to come up and be a champion one day. I mean, when you have multiple fighters, that's a great coach. That means that coach is giving everybody equal value time. When you got a fight coming up, I'm sorry, Earl, I got to go look at Frank. All right. Frank, this is his time. He has a fight coming up, but what you do is work and hone in on your skills. And while we doing this over here, no, you got to have some type of order in your gym. You got to have some type of who comes first, who come last type. And that's what good trainers do. You don't just focus on Manny Pacquiao. You just don't focus on Terrence Crawford. You just don't focus on Earl Spence. You have to focus on your stable, and that's what I believe Derrick James does. And especially when you in shape. Now, I'm sorry, but Bomac is just a big dude, and he's not going to get out there and run with his fighters. He's not going to go out there and work the pass that much. He's just not going to do that. So I think that's a great relationship. It's a big, and I don't mean a cliche, but it's a thin line between love and motherfucking hate. And right now, fighters hate how some trainers do them. So that's all I got. All right.
Yeah, man, and shout out to the brother Skywalker in that cash app, man. I appreciate it. I think he gave you one too, OG. But shout
Oh,
out to
okay.
you, Skywalker. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, man. Like, I mean, everything you said is right. The only the issue is just people like to have somebody that's able to do the shit with them, and that's where Bo Mac falls short. Like, you can't get out there. It's hard to motivate somebody. Like, you can't motivate me to work harder when your ass is eating triple cheeseburgers and double fried French fries and shit right in front of me while I'm supposed to be working hard and shit. I might want a French fry too, goddamn. So shit, like, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I just think that's further evidence that Crawford's at a huge disadvantage in the fight with Spence, man. Just from the corner perspective, because he gonna have to give his own goddamn instructions. He gonna have to make his own adjustments. He's at a huge disadvantage when it comes to the training department between him and Earl Spence. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. But I wanna get to one more story before we get to the last two fights.
All
Cause
right. Shout out
Bernard,
to Ricky, Tim Muncie. I'm sorry. In that
yeah,
cash app.
shout out to Tim,
Uh,
man. So Bernard Hopkins, he gave his thoughts on the Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G fight. He says, what do you say? Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. He says, first of all, Triple G is taking this fight, and he's always one punch away from rebooting his career. He's a puncher. That's how he got there, and that's how he got exposed by Canelo. It's going to be interesting to see two guys that are a few years older and not as young as they were. I think there's going to be more blows coming from both sides. I'm picking Canelo by stoppage in the 6th or 7th round. I don't see this being a fight that will be as exciting as the first two. I'm predicting Canelo will find his groove and then get a stoppage in the 6th or 7th round. Canelo could stop Golovkin to the head or the body, but it looks like it will be a beatdown by Canelo. I think it'll be a liver shot, and that's going to happen in the first 4 rounds. What you got on there, man? You think Bernard Hopkins is on to something? You think Canelo about to knock Triple G ass out, or what's? Is he tripping? Is he capping? What's going on with Bernard Hopkins, man?
no, I told people last night that this pay-per-view is what, 89.99, and he had a choice to rematch Bivol, and he chose Triple G. Now, I'm not for sure, but now I want to see the fight because I believe that Canelo Alvarez is not the same Canelo anymore. I believe that Demetrius Bivol took something out of him. What? I don't know. I could be wrong, or then again, I could be right. And I don't think that Canelo Alvarez going to go out and get Triple G out of there. Yes, he's older, but still he's stronger and he's more determined now. When you get older and when you've been beat twice, you don't want to go down a third time. You don't want to lose a third time. You want to go out with a bang. And I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. But I mean, Canelo can edge it out. I believe he will. I believe he will edge it out. Now, I don't believe it will be a stoppage or a knockout. I think it will be the decision. Because, like I say, I don't know how Canelo's looking right now. Now, of course, we've seen the films. He getting beat up in on sparring, and that is a first. Normally, he's dominating sparring, but now he's not. So now this can change a fighter's life. When a fighter is used to all the hoopla, all the fanfare, and then you get beat up like that, well, that's kind of takes something out of you, a la Adrian Broner. So let's see. Let's see. I didn't want to see this fight at all, but now I do. I want to see what did he actually take out of Canelo, if anything. But I think Bernard Hopkins is halfway right. and halfway wrong. That's how I look at it. So but we're going to see what Canelo bringing to the table. But right now, we're gonna have a lot of disappointing Hispanic fans if Canelo don't look his best, and if he barely squeaks by, because this is a guy he fought twice and beat twice. And so, but the first fight I think, would be questionable. But still, in all, he beat him twice, and he didn't have to take this fight. He could have took the rematch. Now, Canelo said, "Yeah, I will rematch Bivol next year." Well, I guarantee you, like I said last night, I guarantee you two things: he will never fight Bivol again, and he will never fight Beterbiev again, or ever. I believe that he will never go near Beterbiev as long as he's fighting. So let's see how Canelo looks. All right. So that's all I have. And shout out to Lenina Lewis.
Yes, yes, sir.
I appreciate you, my sister, in that super chat. Salutes KQKC and Knockout. Just stop in to hit the like and show support. Much love, fam. And much love.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Look, man, like this where we're at with Triple G and Canelo, bro. Triple G, like you gonna have to show me you can knock Triple G out. Like I done seen Triple G take a lot of punches. I done seen him get hit clean by a lot of big punches, and he walked through that shit. Now he do look soft to the body now that he's older, but man, like how the hell you just gonna pick Triple G to get stopped in the 5th or 6th round? I don't understand that shit, bro. I don't understand that shit at all. This man has showed an iron chin and do it. Like if he ain't got nothing else, you can say he older. You can say he been overrated. You can say he ducked this fighter. He ducked that fighter. You can say whatever you want to say about him. But what I'm not gonna do is disrespect the man's durability. Like if Canelo go in there and stop him, shit, hats off to him. Great job by him. He deserved credit. But to pick him to stop him, nah, bro, I can't pick him to stop Triple G, especially when Triple G gets to come in 8 pounds heavier. He ain't got to cut as much weight. He can hydrate and be even closer to his natural weight and shit. Nah, bro. And then you already know how bad he want this fight, the type of determination he's gonna come out with, how bad he been wanting this fight for years and years and years, and then to get halfway through the fight and then just get stopped by Canelo. Nah, bro.
Right.
I can't pick that shit. I can't pick Canelo to stop Triple G in no 5 or 6 rounds. We'll see though. We'll see. We'll see if it happens, but I don't know, OG. I think Bernard Hopkins, maybe somebody didn't tell him and he didn't get the memo that Canelo left Golden Boy. That's what I think is happening here. Maybe he didn't know that Canelo has left Golden Boy yet, and so he's still speaking up on Canelo very, very highly and shit. Like that can be the only reason why he talking like this, because I think that's some crazy ass shit, bro. And anybody that agree with him, hey man, do your thing, you'll win a lot of money, because shit, I bet you the odds are crazy for Triple G to get stopped. And he already done felt this man power in 2 fights. Nah, he might lose. He might get outclassed. You know what I'm saying? He might lose a wide unanimous decision, but somebody gonna have to show me they can stop that man, because I don't watch him take punch after punch, and that shit don't even seem to phase him and shit, man. Like some people just built for this shit. Some people chins just nice like that. You know what I mean? So I think Bernard Hopkins is wrong. We'll see, because that fight's coming up next month. But more power to him. We'll see if his pick is right, man. Next fight, OG, we got the ladies, man. They put on Esparza versus Guzman.
Yes,
what you got on that fight, man? Before we talk about Virgil Ortiz and Mike McKinson, man. What you got on Guzman and Esparza?
Man, I loved it. I know they were smaller weight. Okay, I get that. Of course, they're not big as a Clarissa Shields or Amanda Serrano, but those little ladies, young ladies, Esparza and Guzman, they were scrapping. Guzman is standing at 4'11", and while Esparza was standing at like 5'2", 5'3", and I mean they let their hands go. Now keep in mind, these are women fighters, so that means 2-minute rounds. So that's why it's not a lot of knockouts in women boxing. They do want to fight 3-minute rounds, but that's a different issue. But anyway, the ladies let their hands go. Now, Esparza had a new style last night. She pretty much changed up a little bit. Now, she looked kind of a little heavy at the top, but she had that shoulder pointing towards her opponent, and Guzman pretty much was still throwing around the body. She did a great body work last night. Guzman was working that body, and Esparza was working that shoulder roll. She was using that shoulder roll. Now she wasn't doing a complete shoulder roll, but she had the shoulder sticking up, and she had the right hand ready, and she was throwing big right hands, big right hands, big right hands, and they was going at it. She get hit once, she hit her 3 times. She get hit twice, she hit them 4 times, and they just been letting their hands go. Now a couple shots, Sparta got stopped coming in. And then there go Guzman. She got stopped coming in. Then they go out and they trade and bust out with a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 punches. And then, of course, they stepped right back in there and they did the same thing round after round after round. I don't know how many punches they. I don't even know what was the punch output, but per round. But I guess it's a lot. But one thing about it was kind of odd to me is that the referee did not touch them at all last night. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did not like touch them and say break it up. He didn't take their gloves and say, okay, y'all, touch gloves. He didn't touch them at all. He just went in there like that. I don't know, was he one of those freaky dicky referees or what? I don't know. I don't know. But I know one thing, he didn't touch them last night. But he didn't need to because they put their own self up and they were throwing hands. But Sparta came out with the more clear and precise punches. And what I'm talking about is the judges saw on Guzman's head getting popped back, getting seen her left ear getting rolled back to the side. So that is what I'm called clear, precise punches. And this is what judges look for. And that was Sparza had. When you have a trade like that, back and forth, give and take, you're gonna see somebody coming out on top because they got the more clear punches, and that was Sparza. Sparza was doing that last night, so they had it right, and they had Sparza winning. But Guzman, you haven't heard the last of her. Put it that way. But she's a good fighter. So that's all I have on that.
Yeah, Guzman is way better than I thought she was. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. She had 21 fights. She had only fought like 2 fighters with winning records, and all her fights was in her home country. I don't want to get it wrong. I think she's from Venezuela. If she not, I apologize. But all her fights was in her home country. She came over here for the first time. Esparza, proven champion. I thought Esparza was just gonna beat up on her, but Guzman had her moments. The thing was, as you were saying, OG, that check left hook that Esparza kept throwing, that overhand right that she kept catching her with in between exchanges, you could see Guzman head, the one that was popping back. And she would catch Esparza, but Esparza, some of them were coming off the glove. She did a good job of making sure her chin was tucked, so her shit wasn't popping back like that, so it didn't look like Guzman's punches were as clean. But, man, Esparza, she looked good. She had the jab working. She worked well on the inside and did a really good job of stepping back and using her feet to counter Guzman coming in, man, and she put on a great performance. The only thing with Esparza is she just ain't got no power. She just ain't got no power when people be walking through her punches and shit, and that's really what kind of did her in against Senicia Estrada. I would love to see that rematch.
Yeah.
Yes, they can get it popping because very tough fight in their first fight. But overall, man, she did what she was supposed to do, defended herself like a champion. OTB, what up? And she's on to the next fight. But I hope we get to see Guzman again because she was fighting very, very well in that fight. Just didn't punch cleanly enough and didn't land cleanly enough to win rounds. She was competitive in the fight. You could see that she really wanted to compete. She just wasn't able to win rounds. So, shout out to her, man. But Esparza did her thing out of Houston, Texas, and we'll see what's next for her, man. And that's really all I got on that, man. But let me we got about 10 minutes left, OG. We got the main fight, man. We got Virgil Ortiz Jr., Michael McKinson, man. What you got on that fight? It was a very entertaining fight for as long as it lasted, man. But what you got on that fight, man?
Well, let me see. Ortiz, I get it the way he fights. I get it. He wear the earmuffs and he come in wearing earmuffs. I get that. Okay, that's protecting the head, that's protecting the equilibrium. I get that. But he fights like that the whole round, damn near. But Sometimes you got to bring that guard down and throw, and he's throwing from the head like that. But he was landing. He was landing the jabs. He was landing the straight right, and he was landing on a southpaw. Now, in my book, I believe how you beat a southpaw is you loop your right hand and you go around the guard. But McKinson kept his hands down. He kept his left hand down. So but he was better than I thought. He was very elusive.
Hey, real quick, OG. Teach, you got to catch the playback, bro. We went over the Floyd Schofield fight. We went over it. Go ahead, OG. My bad. He said he didn't hear us go over the Schofield fight. You just got to rewind it, bro, whenever we get done, because we talked about Schofield, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so Ortiz was coming in, and then of course, way he was fighting McKinson, he got hit with a headbutt. He rushed in because he was trying to rush in and overwhelm Ortiz. He thought Ortiz was pretty much slow on his feet, and so he was trying to pretty much be a boxer and a puncher. So he came in and rushed in and trying to hit him with the left and swing with the right hook, but it was a head clash. Well, Ortiz had to go see the doctor and saw that the blood was leaking, and it was leaking in a bad place. Not like Cobb was. This was leaking straight down. So Ortiz saw a matter of urgency. Then Ortiz went on the hunt. He did great body work in this
Mm-hmm.
fight. I didn't know Ortiz can do that much body work.
That left hook?
Man, woo, it was nasty. I mean, man, I'm talking about he went a high guard still. That didn't change, but he still went to the body. Now, of course, the body shots it take a lot out of you. Y'all know that. I mean, he take the legs and the breath from you, and that was what
Mm-hmm.
start working on. Well, T said, "Well, you know what? I'm not gonna leave it up to the judges in this round, in this fight. I ain't gonna leave that the doctors stop this fight. I'm gonna go in there and work them." And now, Oscar. Now, I'm gonna talk about something when I get through. But Oscar, every punch Ortiz was throwing, Oscar was jumping out of his seat for joy, and there's a reason for that, and I'll tell y'all later. But Ortiz still was working the body, and of course, McKinson still throwing that left hand. He still was hanging in there, baby. Yes, sir. He wasn't going away quick. He still was going in there, being elusive, throwing the left hand and swinging out to the right and routing back to the center of the ring. That's what he was doing. And he did that for a few rounds. And then here come Ortiz. Ortiz coming straight forward. Matter of fact, he was pretty much putting that rush on him. And then he started working the body again. I mean, he was going downstairs. He was shoot standing. He was refusing to clinch. And now, then he hit McKinson with a nice body shot right on the tip of the rib. And he went down. Then, of course, McKinson, he took the standing 8 count and back in action we go. And of course, again, there we go. And then the bell rings. Then soon he come back out. All right. Ortiz went right back to the body. Went right back to the body. He went back down. Now, of course, that last body shot, by Ortiz, that really, really hurt McKinnon. Why? Because he broke a rib. And that's what happened. That's why he could not breathe. That's why when he went out there the last time, Ortiz didn't even touch him and he went down. And that's because he broke his rib. All right, one rib, brother. And it's hard to breathe. And plus, he didn't have no air because the body shots took his toll. Body shots do what they do. And that's what they do. And it took the air and his legs from him. Now, shout out to McKinson, but he did fight a good fight. But Ortiz, he fought a great fight. Now,
Mm-hmm.
of course, the reason why. Now, I'm not gonna take on too much time.
No,
The
you
reason,
good, OG. Do you
okay,
think?
all right. Now, the reason why that Oscar was jumping up for joy and everything because it goes stems back to the Crawford and Spence fight. Now, reason why is this, and I don't know if you all seen a post interview in the ring, and also at the table, um, they want Ortiz to fight Spence or Crawford because it's taking too long. It's taking too long to make this fight. So Oscar De La Hoya is about to push the governing bodies, okay, to force Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford. to fight Ortiz. Ortiz had to look good in this fight last night in order to even get a thought about it, even for them to even think about it. So guys, step on it because Ortiz is a mandatory. So Ortiz is next in line. And when they ask him, "Are you ready?" and that's why Oscar, no, sweet Oscar peeked in and said, "What?" He said, "Yes, he's ready for him." So that's why Oscar was jumping up every time he would throw a good punch. But overall, McKinson gave up a good fight, but it just wasn't good enough. So that's all I got.
Yeah, man, McKinson, look, I told people, and I picked Virgil Ortiz. I was off by 1 round. I picked him to stop him in the 8th round. He stopped him in the 9th. I was so mad because when he knocked him down in the 8th round, I was like, hell yeah, don't get up. Your ass is hurt. Stay your ass down. Then he was so hurt, he limped over to the corner in the 9th round, like, quit. Don't answer the bell. Quit. Man, he came out there for that 9th round, like, God damn, bro, I almost caught that shit on the head. But the thing was, OG, and sometimes styles are just bad, right? Like McKinson, number one, he fight like he's an athletic fighter, and he's not that athletic. His feet aren't that good. So Virgil is going to be able to force him into a fight at some point. And then when they get in the fight, McKinson got like a 9mm handgun that he fighting with, and Virgil Ortiz got like a rocket launcher, like a bazooka or some shit. Like he just didn't have enough power to keep Ortiz off of him, and you could see it. He was trying to pivot. He was trying to fight hard. He was trying to duck under Virgil shots and shit. He was trying to throw back in exchanges to get his respect. But Virgil just like when he caught Virgil with the left hand, Virgil's like, "That's it. That's what you throwing. That's your punch, man. I'm gonna keep walking to your ass. I'm not even finna play with you." And Virgil just walked him down and beat his ass the whole fight. And he was going to the body. Virgil got a net. Look, y'all. His left hook up top is cool. Like I ain't saying he got a bad left hook up top, but Virgil left hook to the body, bro. His left hook to the body is nasty. I'm trying to tell y'all, like that shit, bro. He caught McKinson. Like that's the punch that put his ass down twice, man. And he been putting dudes down with that shot for a long time in his career. But McKinson did very good for what he had. OG, it's just certain matchups. Like if you're gonna be on your back foot against a guy like Virgil, man, number one, you got to be in great shape. You got to have great pivots, and you got to have great footwork. You got to have a great jab, and you got to have at least some power to where Virgil has to reset. He got to think about something. He got to worry about getting caught coming in. Man, Virgil he didn't respect him. He showed him no respect in that fight, man. No respect whatsoever. He could not gain his respect, and Virgil kept walking to him. And every time he sit down, he made McKinson sit down and fight. McKinson had nothing for him, man. And eventually he wore him down, wore him out, and he got his ass out of there in the 9th round, man. But Virgil Ortiz, let me just say we got a couple more minutes left. Virgil Ortiz is not ready for the top of the division, OG. No, he ain't ready for that work from Crawford or Spence or somebody like Boots Ennis. He not ready. He get caught too much. He get caught too much coming in, and they got the type of shit. If they catch you with a straight left hand on the way in, you gonna feel that shit. Your ass gonna stop coming. And they tough enough and rugged enough on the inside where they can bang with you a little bit. So he gonna have to shore up his defense. That seek and destroy style, unless you just special with your power and have good defense, eventually it's gonna be somebody that can keep your ass up off of him that's gonna outbox your ass. And I think that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where we at with him. He got to make some improvements on his defense. Fight off his back foot a little bit, because in this game, man, like very rarely can you just walk through everybody. You're gonna find somebody that you're gonna run into if you fight at the highest level that you ain't just gonna walk through, man. And Virgil Ortiz got that style where he trying to walk through everything. I love him out of Dallas, Texas. I'm riding for him, but he gonna run into somebody he can't walk through one day, and he gonna have to be able to take his game to another level. So, but that's all I got, man. That's all I got, OG, man. Great show, brother.
Yes, sir.
We did it, baby.
Ashley Corner had a question. She said, "Is Ortiz ready for Thurman?"
Hell yeah. Thurman ain't the top of the division.
Okay.
Thurman ain't the top. Like you don't take 2.5 years off, beat Mario Barrios, who just got knocked out by a dude, and Tank Davis, who fighting at lightweight right now, and that somehow put you at the top of the division. I think Keith Thurman get his ass whooped by Virgil. I think Conor Ben will beat him right now. I damn sure think Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence will beat him, and I already know Jerron Boots Ennis beat the shit out of him, bro. Like I don't think shit about Keith Thurman right now, to be real with y'all. Ortiz will walk straight through him, and then once Ortiz, you know what I'm saying, catch him with that left hook to the body, shit, Thurman is done, man. I don't think he gonna have to show me. He gonna
Yep.
have to show me at this point. But that's all I got, man.
Okay. Okay. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming out today, this morning. It's been a great show. It's been a great last night. We had a great night of boxing, and we're gonna do it again next week. And you know who we got next week? We got the takeover. We got the takeover
Teofimo.
next week.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
Tevin Farmer versus Mickey Bay
Oh
on
yeah,
Friday.
that's
They
right.
fighting on Friday.
We got DHP Promotions, and none other than Mickey Bay. All right, and that's going to be a great fight. So
OG, can I say something real quick? Just
yes, sir.
real quick.
Most definitely.
Everybody, man, I'm live every Wednesday and Thursday night. A lot of y'all know, but a lot of y'all don't know, man. We got the TKO debate series going on over on the channel, man, where we hosting debates. I participate in debates. If anybody call me out, I accept all challenges. So make yourself a part of that, man. If you want to debate, it don't have to just be content creators. If you're in the chat, if you hop up on panels and you want to debate, hit me on my email, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. I'm setting them up. If I can get 2 debates every week, cool. If we have a week where we don't have any debates, that's cool. But I'm trying to make that a thing. So please, man, y'all come check us out. We're trying to do good work over there every Wednesday and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. I got 2 big debates coming up this week. I got Ricky Williams going against Boxer Die, my brother King David from Boxer Die on Wednesday night. And on Thursday night, I got my brother BFTB Boxing going up against OTB Boxing Class 101. So y'all want to come check those out. I'll be moderating all those debates. And anyone that's participated in them will tell you I let everybody talk. Whether I agree with you or disagree with you, I don't butt in. I just let y'all talk, and I talk shit and try to make it fun for the chat and fun for the people participating. So y'all come check us out over there, man. We're trying to change the game of boxing talk, trying to make the days of people cussing each other out and threatening people over the internet and hopping on panels and can't nobody get a word in. We're trying to make that shit die off, man. And we're trying to do something different in the game of boxing. So y'all come check us out over there on the channel, man. Knockout Boxing 86 TV. That's all I got, OG.
Okay, like I said last night, Blood Boxing and Blue Blood Boxing, they had a debate, and this was about a year ago, but it didn't go well because it was a screaming match. You know, and Blue, he admitted it, you know, and they wanted to do it over and do it calmly, but they never did get a chance to do it. So please tune in to Knockout Boxing TKO on debate series. That way you can see grown men being grown men and each other taking turns and pretty much stating their facts on their boxers. So, I mean, it's very entertaining, and so you might want to tune in and check it out, you know. So with that, that's all I have. Thank you all for coming in. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't on the way out. And I appreciate you. I am KQKC Boxing Network. And I do come on Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. That's Monday through Friday. And Saturday morning, we have a call-in show. Well, this Saturday, I won't have it. But I will be calling the fight Saturday night. I will be back home Saturday night. This is a special week for me and my family. So I will be here all the way up to Wednesday. But I will be live Friday from the hotel. So I will be doing that from my laptop. So, but anyway, we will be back in action Saturday night. And then
last thing, OG.
Yes, sir.
If you're debating and you want to do a face-off, I'm not doing them on my channel no more. OTB Boxing Class is doing the face-off. So if you like the face-off that me and Right Side did before our debate on Thursday, if you're a debater and you want to do a face-off, I can set that up for you, but it's going to be over on OTB Boxing Class 101, and I'm hosting the debates on my channel. But just real quick for everybody that's thinking about participating. But go ahead, OG. My bad, bro.
Okay, no, that's it. Next week, we'll be right back at it again, but we'll be on Knockout Boxing 86 platform. All right. So go ahead, Knockout, and tell them when you'll be on and your prediction show.
Yeah, man. Again, live every Wednesday and Thursday night. Even when we got debates on Thursdays, I still do my predictions first. We ain't never gonna stop doing those. So live every Wednesdays and Thursday nights. On Wednesdays when we don't have the any debates, we'll just do the show like we always do. So Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast, 5:30 on the West Coast. Man, I'm live every Wednesday and Thursday. So y'all come check us out. OG, I appreciate you. Another fire show, man, and I'll catch you next time.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. And everybody, please take your love over to Stormy B. Man. He is having his call-in show this morning, and he will be live actually right now. He's in progress right now. So with that, that's all I have. And I salute to everyone that came in last night and today. So you all have a great, great afternoon. And with that, I'm out of here. Peace and love. Sorry. Hey.